What's up YouTube, I'm just another guy and welcome back to Gibraltar United. So here we are now, the final two games of our first ever Champions League group stage. Big day for us really, because, really big episode for us. Not necessarily today against Milan, but definitely the next game against Moscow. It could, actually even today could be a good game, because depending on the Freiburg-Moscow result, it could tell us what we need in the last game, and that could, dictate whether we go through or not. So, I'm looking forward to this. Currently about 49,000 roughly people at the San Siro Stadium in Milan. Since I last saw you off, we beat Man 62 2-0 with a full team. I'm not really going to go into that. So let's get into this. So there you go. And let's submit this team. I like to get the selection info up, please. And we do have a transfer coming in. I'm not going to talk about it yet. You can see a few trialists there. You may notice a few names from it. But, there's no one that I really need to talk about, because there's no one officially coming in. In terms of starting lineup, due to again a few, a few injuries, the starting lineup has been changed slightly. What it does mean is Flint comes into the team to replace Amari, who, as you just saw me do there, move him to the bench, because again he's not fully fit. And also, an injury to Rod Austin does mean Gardina is coming into the starting lineup. Also, James Wilkinson returns to the bench, having been out injured, so that's good. The youngster could come on and feature a bit later on in maybe one of the games, especially after his good qualifying. I think he deserves that. So, let's get into this. Oh, wait, one change quickly. Robbie Flint, the Robster. He's going to have to be played limited defender, I'm afraid. But apart from that, let's go in there. Playing our 4-4-2. At the San Siro, going to be a big ask to try and get something away from this game. But you know what? Caution to the wind right now. Throwing caution to the wind. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. I mean, I went defensive against Freiburg. We nicked a goal, but I mean, it wasn't particularly good. You know what we did in that match. So, let's go out there. They're playing a 5-3-2. I think they played that against us last time, and I think they used it quite well. So, definitely a team that can utilize that tactic, unlike previous teams we've played in the past who have used that tactic against us. Portello do that, and Portello team talk, and let's go! Milan, Gibraltar United. It feels crazy saying that, but it also feels good saying that. And they get a free kick straight away, and they manage to sneak that one in. Kennedy with the goal. I want to find out where that guy's from. Let me click on him. Damn it. Didn't click on it in time. Oh well. He gets the goal and gives them a lead. It wasn't a good wall. They were all over the place. In fact, it fell apart before he even struck the ball. So, yeah, that's not a good way to start the game for us. Already falling 1-0 behind. We're going to need to try and come back into this game. Just hoping that ball would fall to someone in our team, but it doesn't. And there, maybe again, I'm just hoping that the bubbles can fall to us. A little bit of luck, maybe. Good tackle, but now someone was out of position. I think it was Albi, and they make it 2-0. It's only been 8 minutes, and they're already 2-0 up. I believe Freiburg are playing today. I don't know. Wait, I'd have to get up latest scores. This time is flying by right now. I realise there's not been a highlight in a while. Freiburg are already winning 2-0 themselves. They're even quicker to get the 2-goal advantage. Doing it by the time Milan has scored their first, Freiburg are already winning 2-0. So I still stand by what I said. The decider will come down to us versus CSKA Moscow at Europa Point. Here is Miller to Fumana, whipping it in. Alvaro has his shot blocked. Apparently that's a click opportunity. I don't really like the fact that they seem to count, or a lot of shots seem to count as clear-cut opportunities when they are blocked. So I wouldn't really say that's clear-cut. If he's got bodies in the way, it's more of a half chance than a clear-cut opportunity. But we're going to half-time, 2-0 down. Portello, tell them, just reassure them that, they're unlucky. It's really kind of hard as well to build up momentum and improve morale, because we play one game and then we're straight back into the Champions League, or we play 2 games if we're lucky. Like, for example, we've got this game. Then on the weekend, we've got the game against Lincoln, which I'll probably play a second team in, because then 2 days after that, we then go and play Moscow. So I'm obviously going to rest up my players and try and do what I can to preserve them for that big, important Moscow game. And, again, Milan are building up play. Haven't really spoken about the match too much, but it's just the start of the second half, and please don't concede. At the start of the second half, we started the first half poorly. I'd rather not do that again. Although we're struggling to get a hold of this ball. And Santos. Oh, man. They tore us a new one. Oh, wow. They just tore us apart. I wouldn't blame Smith there. He said he shouldn't be beaten at the near post. But, I mean, look at this area of the pitch. 1 and 2 Milan players are there. Flint is all come all the way over to try and cover for the... I don't even know what he's doing over there, Flint. He's not in the right position, definitely. He's left a big old gap, and a player managed to exploit it. And as a result, we find ourselves 3-0 down. Gardina's not looking very good. Neither is Milan. Neither striker actually playing particularly well, apparently. That's obviously not going to help us try and get a goal, and we need to try and change that for that next game against Moscow. Actually, Moscow get one back against Freiburg, and if they get a draw, we will have to actually beat them on the last game. So, that's not ideal. Oh my god. That's just poor. 4-0 against Milan. Come on, team. All over the place defensively today. Look at it. Albi's not tracking the run. As a result, he's able to just walk around the back of him. Flint plays everyone on side by not pulling up with the defence. And again, fundamental mistakes costing us goals. You know what? Screw this. We are going to make a change. Oh, I meant to pause that. We are going to make a change. We are going to take Gardina off. We're going to bring Miguel Fernandez on because fuck it, he can't do any worse than what he's currently doing. Di Matteo going to move over. We're going to bring Wilkinson on. And we're also going to bring Matthew Kirby on. And let's go. God damn it. Well, Wilkinson gets a bit of a game. That's good, I guess. He's returned from injury, having been out for a while. Fernandez gets an appearance as well, having captained the team out on a few occasions this year. When the second team plays, Fernandez is normally captain. You know, so in a way, he's sort of third choice and captain because of the fact he, whenever he... Oh, wow, that's a fuck. Are you joking me? Oh, no. Are you joking me? Smith, what happened? Smith, what happened? Come on. Come on, Smith. Don't be flapping at that. Nah, you can't be doing that. You can't be doing that in a week's time. Or we're out of Europe. Good tackle from Kirby. Come on, get a goal. We scored a goal last time against Milan. Miller is up there. Go on, Miller. Play a ball in. Play a ball in. Play a ball in. Alvaro. Oh, Fernandez. Oh, fuck me. I said he couldn't do any worse than Gardina. And he comes on and bloody scores at the San Siro. Fuck me. I think he deserves a place on the bench in the next game. I don't think Rod Austin's going to be able to get on the bench in the next match anyway. So he's going to be there either way, Fernandez. But Jesus Christ, I definitely won't be afraid of bringing him on now that he scored that goal. But we lose the game 5-1. Not a good result. But what was the other result? I didn't actually check though. CSK Moscow did lose. They only lost 2-1, so it was actually a narrow defeat. And that means going into the last game of the group stage, Group B is still completely or mostly undecided. Milan will play Freiburg for top, and you know, for obviously an easier draw in the next round, and we will play Moscow for a potential Europa League play or a Europa League knockout place. So, oh, Poyet. Anyway, playing for Barcelona, but yeah, you know, not good today, but hopefully we'll change that in the next one. Alrighty, guys. So the decider is finally here. 10,000 people, capacity stadium at the Europa Point ground. Bill of news surrounding what happened in the league. As you can see here, we actually lost our first game in probably about 4 or 5 years. It was crazy. We lost 3-2 to Lincoln. We played the younger team. We played an inexperienced team. And we lost 3-2. Lincoln had a lot of chances. Rawlins, our backup goalkeeper, tried saving us on many occasions. But really, we just weren't good enough going forward. We gave away a penalty in the game, which they converted. And yeah, you know, it just... Like I said, we didn't really take our chances, especially near the end when we were fighting back, because at one point it was 2-1. We were trying to fight back. We didn't take our chances. They capitalised. They got a third, and then, you know, we got one back straight away from kickoff. We still had about 5 minutes left to maybe get another goal at injury time, and we didn't take it. So, going into this game, not particularly great form. We do have Amari returning back into the lineup, having been injured before. Scalato moves up to right back due to Radi Ibondo being suspended, and apart from that, it is a same starting lineup. Robbie Flint is dropped to the bench. Wilkinson as well is on the bench. Fernandez, who scored, of course, in the last game, is also on the bench. And Carroll, who gave away the penalty in the last game against Lincoln, he just about earns his spot on the bench. I was considering putting someone else in, but I thought, I'll keep him on there. And let's go. We need, for those who don't know, if you're level on points in the Champions League, what they do is they look at your 2 games you played against that team. Imagine it, if you want to, as a 2-legged affair. So away goal rules come into effect. So if this game ends 0-0, we would finish above Moscow due to the fact we got an away goal against them. If this game were to finish 2-2, Moscow would finish above us because they had 2 away goals. Of course, if one team wins, one team loses, obviously one team has more points than the other. So basically, we're looking for a win or a 0-0 draw. And Moscow are looking for a more than a 1-1 draw or a win. And in fact, I think Moscow are looking for a 1-1 draw because, again, in the Champions League group stage, I believe if, in terms of, again, teams against, if that's all level, I believe it either comes down to goal difference or goals scored. I'm not quite sure on that. And I believe, as you see, Moscow have a better goal difference than us, and they have scored more goals than us in this tournament. So as a result, the only way we're going to go through is if we can get a 0-0 draw or a win. So obviously, we need to get it. And look at that, according to a slightly biased Gibraltarian press guy, Danny Casaro, I don't know how to pronounce that. Sorry, but he reckons we're going to win today against Moscow. So, that's interesting. They come out there with a 4-4-2 against us, which, matching what we've played. And let's go. Let's go. We could be 90 minutes away from Europa League knockout football, or we could be 90 minutes away from finishing bottom of our first ever Champions League group. And oh my god, how have we not managed to get that in? The camera angle was shit there, but we missed 2 opportunities. And Amari, I think, had the last one, which is probably the best opportunity. Wow. Bright start from us, only 2 minutes in, and we've had 2 clicker opportunities and we're unable to get a third, as it is cleared away by the Moscow defense. But wow, starting very, very aggressively right here. Moscow have now got a few shots on target themselves, and now they have actually got a highlight, and we give away a penalty. Dan Morgan, you fucking imbecile. What are you doing? What are you seriously doing? And you're going to get booked for that? You are a moron. A complete and utter twat. What the hell are you doing? What is he doing? Ferrari scores for Moscow, putting us in a difficult situation, meaning we have to win this game. We really do. We definitely need to score 2 goals now. No doubt about it. Fuck. If it wasn't already hard enough that we're going to have to get a draw here, we now have to beat them. Let's hopefully get a goal before half-time. And if we concede again, I would say that was game over. That's tie over. And that's us out of Europe. And the ball over the top. Claudio looked offside there. Suspiciously offside. They hit the post. We just managed to survive that. But Moscow are not mucking. They're not pissing around. They are going for it. And it makes that first few minute encounter where we had 2 click opportunities look so important. We're just not doing anything really with the ball. Look at that, 65% of it coming our way. But we've done jack all. We've hardly gone near their goal since them first few shots. And show me something else in the second half. Please, please, please show me something else in the second half. I don't think Amari is going to be able to play a full 90, so I do think Robbie Flint will come on at some point in this game. And who knows? Here's Morgan with a free kick. Chance to redeem himself, and he does! Fucking Dan Morgan redeems himself. Now currently it's 1-1, and this is what I meant by it goes to goals against if it's 1-1. Moscow are currently 3rd if this game stays 1-1. We need to score again if we want to go through. Miller is injured. That's not ideal. What it does mean is fucking Miguel Fernandez, who scored against AC Milan, will be playing today in this game and we'll be asking him to try and get a goal for us, if at all possible, for the young lad. Try and get in the right situation, right position again, and get us the second. His Fumana, poor pass behind everyone, and as a result, the defence are all over the place. What is going on? A fantastic block there from what I believe was Albi. It could have been someone else, but I think it was Albi with a really good block, preventing them getting that shooting opportunity actually at the keeper. Albi headers it away, not particularly great. Oh my god, just about cleared by, I think it was Scalazzo there. And Fernandez earns the team a free kick. Not too bad. Oh my god. Yellow card. We are going to bring off Amari. Oh, I forgot to change it to centre defender defend. We're going to bring on Robbie Flint. And we'll keep it the same. Oh, wait. What? We have an injured player on the pitch? Di Matteo is injured, so James Wilkinson's going to come off. And we are going to take Amari off because I don't really want a tired player in defence. So we're going to do a... Oh, fuck. Why have we got to do this, FM? Come on, I changed it. Wilkinson off. Wilkinson on, I mean. And Amari off. Flinty boy on. Wilkinson played well in the qualifiers. Fingers crossed he'll perform again. We need another goal. Moscow are currently the team with the advantage. Bear in mind, if this gets in the 70th minute, I will go attacking and I will go for this. What's going on at the bottom? Free kick. Flint is having a warning. Alright, what we're going to do is we're going to have a hold of team talk. Passionately tell the lads to... I'm going to encourage the lads passionately. Oh shit, I should have changed the mentality. There we go, and now go attacking. Oh, come on team. What's the decision going to be? Warning. Come on, another team talk, can I? No, I can't yet. Someone's getting booked. Another one of their players is getting booked. They've got a corner currently, and Smith gathers it. Playing the ball forward quickly, trying to find Fernandez. Unable to find him. We win the header, but it's only falling to a Moscow player. Good tackle from Flint there. He's got to get back in position. He's not back in position. They've got through, and fucking hell, Smith being beaten at his near post, and fucking Luis Claudio with the goal. Oh, fucking heartbreak. Fumana running down that left hand side. Wilkinson back to Morgan, to Gardina, to Alvaro, scores us the goal. We've got 4 more minutes to try and get ourselves one more. Passionately tell the lads to push forward. Oh, no. Push forward. To push forward. Alvaro gets us an equaliser, but again, due to the 2 away goals they've scored in this match, we will still need 1 more if we want to go through. Come on, lads. I'm not going to go overload because I never really think overload. I don't really think overload works. There's only one time I've seen it work, and it was, if you can remember back in the cup final, in the Rock Cup final, we went overload after conceding in like the 90th minute, and we scored from kickoff. That's the only time I think I've ever seen it work. Oh, come on, win the ball back there. No! Oh, fuck off! Fucking bollocks. Pardon my French. No one's offside. Albi plays everyone on. You see, even if we'd have fucking drawn 2-2, I would have been happy with that because that's 400k in the bank from getting a draw. Well, our European adventure surprisingly went further than we thought it was going to. You know, to reach this stage and to get a point is better than probably people expected. Yeah. And you know what? Looking at this game, we gave Moscow a run for their money. You know, a few better players here and there. Who's to say we couldn't have beaten Moscow twice? And I think it did go down to goal difference, by the way, at 2-2. But you know what? Again, I can't really fault the effort. It was there to see. Maybe if we hadn't given away that penalty from Morgan, if we'd have taken our chances in the first 2 minutes, it's a different game, it's a different outcome. But we are out of the Champions League, and that's just something we're going to have to move on from. Financially, we are in a really solid position, £8.686 million in the bank, rolling in the dosh. A lot of our sponsorship deals end this year, including a main kit sponsorship deal, which hopefully will bring in, we'll get a new one in, which will have jumped up quite a bit. I think the league will have grown a lot due to us in terms of reputation, and also in terms of qualification places. I think the club's reputation has grown. I don't know if it's still at 1 star. It is, but I think that's got to jump up a bit. And overall, it's just been a good year in Europe. Really, to be in December and just now to be leaving Europe, when last year I was praising the fact we actually got into August and we're getting knocked out of Europe. It's been a good year. But yeah, looking at the performances, looking at some of the scorelines, really, the 1-1 draw to Moscow, the 3-2 defeat to Moscow, I honest to God believe that a few new players, and who's to say we can't do a little bit better? I'm looking at players, Miyachi, who I'm not really sure if I want to sign him. Heck, I'll tell you about some of the players I'm looking at whose contracts are expiring in about maybe the end of the season. And one of the names I think you'll definitely recognise one of the names. I mean, if you don't, you've probably been living under a rock. But yeah, there are a lot of players, like I say, a lot of players I'm currently looking at in all variety of positions. I'm not focusing on any specific position because a lot of the players aren't leaving this summer. For the past few years, I think I knocked my mic. For the past few years, I've had a lot of players a lot of people have left in the summer, and as a result, we've just had to focus on maybe, like, for example, the left midfielder role. We need a left midfielder, we still currently do. And for that reason, I've sort of been focused on them positions and not really just been looking at what's out there. How to improve the squad as a whole. This year, we're going to be trying to do that. I do need a left mid. Hopefully, that'll be sorted by January. But then I can just look at, what's out there. Is there a really good anyone out there? If there is, can I bring them in and improve the squad? So that's what's going to be happening. One of the players isn't showing up, so I'm going to take it off. I'm going to untick it quickly. And is he not expiring anymore? Oh, that's a shame. I think he signed a new deal. But the player I was looking at was Alexis Sanchez. But I believe he's signed a new deal for his team. Which is sad, because he would have actually been a pretty good player for our team. But yeah, this guy, his report looks good. Centre mid, we could always use a new centre mid. We could definitely afford his wage if that's what he's wanting. It could be exciting times in terms of players we could sign. Either way, guys, I'll meet you back for the end of the season. Hopefully, we'll have seen progression from the league and stuff, and have maybe a bit of transfer news to talk about. So until then, guys, peace out.